You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.
It's me again. You guys are sick of me and want me dead. Okay. Call a hitman. Ooh, I have a question about Hitman. Oh, Hitman was it was a movie with, what's that really hot guy's name? And the hot girl. They're two hot people. No, it was just the hot. Well, the girl's hot too, but I was thinking of Glenn. It's Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell was in Hitman with that other hot woman, and I'm forgetting who it was. It doesn't matter. It couldn't matter less. And if you know, write it in the comments. Is that how this works? Like, can you write something in the comments of Spotify? Oh, I'm on YouTube too. Ah! To be on YouTube, I'm a YouTuber. You guys, I really wish I could be a YouTuber. I'm just not, I don't have it in me. I'm not aesthetic like that. Like Emma, hey Emma, hi, it's your friend Owen. Would you consider me your best friend, Emma? This is just to Emma now, everyone else leaves. I have a full conversation with just Emma, inside jokes and all. No, you have an eye for something I don't have. You do Zooms ultimately on a camcorder. I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? I can't do that. My pictures on Instagram are blurry. And it's not because your Wi-Fi isn't loading. It's because the camera that I'm taking it on is, and it's not for aesthetic reasons. I'm not doing a blurry pic and being like, crazy night, Soho House, Soho House photo booth, crazy night. Do you know what I mean? That's not the vibe. The vibe is like, oh, you don't have storage on your camera and it's blurring. It's kind of my vibe. Anyways, Emma, congrats on what you do. I can't do it. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's me. I'm back in a solo episode. And I have a story for you. And it's a big one. Buckle in, bitch. Wait, that's so iconic. That's kind of could be a catchphrase for like Mean Girls meets Cars. Wait, Regina George is a car? She gets hit by a bus. Okay, car accident. Are you guys following anything? I'm not on drugs, but I seem like I am. I have a story for you guys. Ready? I had the most beautiful trip. I took a beautiful trip to France. And then we cut to me in France. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like a voiceover Oh my God, it's like Bridget Jones or something. I've never seen it, but I feel like there's voiceover because there's voiceovers in those kind of rom-coms. Anyways, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Voiceover. That is voiceover, right? Oh my God, my brain really feels like I'm on like, what's like the highest frequency drug? Cocaine, ketamine. No, ketamine's like meth. Okay, cut that. No, leave it in. Okay, I'm not on meth. I just want to clear that up. No. Yeah, it's an intervention. We bring in fly in my parents. I loved Intervention, the show. Do you ever watch it? Oh my God, it was so sad. I hope they're all okay. Okay. Story. I went to France. It was the most beautiful trip of my life. I went for, okay, humble brag. Hey, I went for Hermès. How do you pronounce it? Say it back to me. Do you pronounce it Hermès? Do you pronounce it Hermes? No, you guys, if you do that, it's weird. Hermès. I don't know how to say it. I was there for Hermès. I said it the same way 3 times, by the way. I was there for Hermès and I went to their fashion show. Thank you for inviting me. It was so beautiful. I wore a durag. Okay, showing up to a fashion show in a durag. Show up, black culture. Okay, cut that. No, I'm black, so I can say that. I feel like white people can't say durag. No, I'm not kidding. Like if you're white and you say durag, like shame on you. No, you can say whatever you want. Not whatever. Watch it. I love that new Justin Bieber album, Swag. The title, crazy. But the album, delish. I dove into Daisies. I dove into Walking Away. I dove into Devotion. I'm a fan. He's an unbelievable artist. And McGee worked on the album. And Dijon worked up. Dijon? Is it Dijon or Dijon? Okay. I'm really a fan. Anyways, that was, by the way, my segue into white people loving black people, essentially, is what and then I ultimately thought Justin Bieber. He has black in him. I really feel this. There's a interlude on the album where this black guy's like, you have some black in you, Justin. You got some black in you. Anyways, he really does have some black in him. Circling back, I'm in France. It was the most lovely trip. I was walking around. My cousin came. We were meeting my family in another part of France. I call it the suburbs. It's not the suburbs. What would you call it? The south of France. Okay. No, but it's not like the south of France you guys think of. Like when you think of the south of France, you think of like a gorgeous, like a beach with colorful umbrellas, and you're sitting there lounging. You know what? Like it was not like that. It was hot with no air conditioning. It was 105 degrees. It was the most gorgeous house ever. I'm so lucky to have stayed there. I sweat through every single piece of clothing. I have pit stains in all my shirts. I can't wear them anymore. They're stained permanently. Do you understand how hard it is to stain a shirt permanently? That, like, when you go to a vintage store and you see a shirt there that has pit stains, I'm thinking to myself, wow. So what did you do to get here? Because it's almost like an oil stain. It's almost like you took a piece of pizza and you put the grease there. How'd you do that, sir? That's what I think to myself when I see a shirt with that. I did that. I fully have ruined shirts because I was sleeping wet. I was wet. Jared looks at me one night and goes, "Do you want to have sex?" I go, we essentially just by the sweat. We're laying on our own sweat. Like, this is what sex is. Do you know what I mean? Sex is just sweating on your partner. Sorry, that's a hot take, but that's true. I really seem anti-sex on this podcast. Oh my God. Jared's mom met us in London. Okay, I'm skipping around. But Jared's mom met us in London after France. I'll explain the whole France extravaganza. But Jared's mom sits with us and she gets a little tipsy. She listens to every single podcast, by the way. So hi, Kim. I love you dearly. She gets a little tipsy and she goes, "Owen, you know I'm a religious listener. I absolutely listen to every single podcast." And I go, "Not everyone." She goes, "Every single one." And I'm like, "So you heard the story about my threesome? You heard the story about me not wanting to have sex with Jared, so I hid the lube in my closet. Like, you heard those?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm learning a lot about you." I go, "Okay, that's really scary." And not scary because you're learning that I don't like to have sex. It's just scary that you know that I am playing games on with your son. I'm playing mental games with your son to avoid having sex with him. He's wonderful in bed, Kim. This is getting weird. Let's cut this. Okay, anyways, Kim knows everything. So Kim, you've created something beautiful. Okay. So anyways, I was in France. It was the most beautiful experience. And I then had to meet my parents, but there was an airstrike. So I don't know if you know what that means, but no planes were flying. So my flight ultimately did get canceled, which means that I had to take a train. The train that I had to take to this remote place in France that my parents picked, trying to be like bougie and cool. But remember, it's not bougie because I sweat through everything I've owned. The train was about 8 hours, I would say. And that was with one stop. And because the airstrike, obviously I didn't check my email, so I didn't realize that my flight was canceled until probably 3 hours before the flight was canceled. So the train's already filled up because people check their emails because people work. So what happened was I didn't have any way to get to meet my parents. And I was in a hotel, you guys, in Paris, put up by the brand that cost $4,000 a night. So I can't afford that. No fucking way in hell. I'm confused how it even cost that much. It was beautiful. I ordered the strawberries. Let me tell you how much the strawberries were. 90 euros. I go, okay, it must be the vineyard. I go, it must be the entire farm that you're bringing me. No, it wasn't. It was about 6 strawberries and a bowl of cream. Expensive hotel. Thanks so much. So I'm not gonna pay for that. No, I'm not doing that. So I needed to find a way out. I guess I could have transferred to another cheaper hotel, but I'm like, that's so much work. I was planning on leaving. I didn't check the flight. It got canceled. I need to get the fuck out. So I booked a train that ultimately had 12 stops. It's not an exaggeration. 12 stops. So 8 hours, 1 stop. So with 12, it was a day. It was a day travel. A full day. So let me just say this. When you're on a train, first of all, train's beautiful view, right? and then suddenly you're getting nauseous. When you look out of a train window and you really think about the fact that you're driving, it's the same as a car. It's like, and you're looking at your phone and you're looking at I'm getting car sick all of a sudden. And I don't know if that happens to anyone or that's normal, but I was fully like nausea on the plane for 24 hours. Like, you should never be on a train nauseous for 24 hours next to someone who's farting. This is just not what you should be doing. And the person next to me was super, 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 super nice. And he offered me food. He had a bag of almonds and pistachios. I didn't eat them because whatever was coming out of him, it was almost like, it was something I couldn't even describe to you. I was like, are the almonds doing that to you? If so, sir, the almonds are so rotten. It reeked. It reeked. The whole train, it was embarrassing because when there's a farting man next to you who looks totally doesn't look suspicious. That's the other thing. If you're going to fart on a plane, I need you to look like you fart. Because, did I say plane? I meant train, even worse. If you're going to fart on a train, look like you fucking fart, because I don't want people to look over at me and be like, oh my God, the culprit, I see him. No, dude, it's him. And when you look like you fart, it's like you can look at them and be like, look who I'm sitting next to. Obviously the farter. But when somebody was wearing a suit, super buttoned up, super hot, slick back hair, gorgeous, eating almonds from a little bag, you're like, oh my God, there's no way this almond mom is blowing ass. There is no way she's a cheek flapper. There's no way. But I'm sorry. The man was a huge flapper. The ass was flapping. It was nonstop. It was like me with talking, like it's like blabbermouth, but it was of the hole. I couldn't believe it. The hole was talking to me. It wanted to be on the pod. I should have asked the hole to be on the pod. Anyways, it was a reeker. It was a reeker. It was the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reeker. It was a Grim Reeker. You guys, it was so bad. I couldn't deal with it. And I was so nauseous already from the train moving at a speed that I couldn't even tell you. I don't know how fast they moved, but it felt fast. And I was stuck in a horrible seat. And next to this man who was offering me pistachios, and he was blowing the shells out of his hole. So I just I was freaking out. I was having panic attacks. 24 hours of this. I finally get there. Then there's no air. There's no air in Europe. I go, okay, what? Why is there an estate and there's no air in Europe? I couldn't believe it. Get a window AC, you sick fucks. But I love you guys. I really do love the French. I would marry a French guy if I wasn't. That's the other thing. I really feel Jared's going to propose to me. I really thought he was going to propose to me on this trip, you guys. And I'm not kidding. I thought to myself, if he does it on this trip when I still in my nose have this man's farts and I'm drenched in sweat, I will dry heave and pass out. I will be floating in the pool dead. I go, you'll find me I go, when in Paris, when in Rome, I'll take a gun and shoot myself. I would have, no, luckily he didn't. Thank God. Anyways, where was I? Oh, so I get to France, gorgeous trip, no AC. After we go to London, literally I thought to myself, wow, I am so fucking lucky. The world is in shambles, and this is, I'm not going to go on a serious rant, but as we see this, we see the world as it is. We have eyes. It's in fucking shambles, and I'm in France. I was like, holy shit, pinch me. I am so lucky. I feel so honored that I'm here and grateful that I'm here with my I'm grateful that I'm here with my boyfriend and my family, and I have my health, and I have this podcast, and I'm so lucky. And then I get home to LA and I'm just in an Uber back and I'm smiling ear to ear and I'm like, vacation for a lifetime. And I get home and I go, you know what I'm going to get tonight? Thai food. Fuck it. I haven't driven in weeks. I'm going to get in the car, blast Audrey Hobart. Love. I'm going to blast Audrey Hobart bowling alley and I'm going to get that fucking Thai food. And I go to find my car and I'm beeping the car horn and I'm like, where the fuck is my car? And I'm looking on the app because my car has an app. Okay. Humble brag. And the car is ultimately in a different place on a different street on Victory Ave. I go, where the hell is Victory Ave? This does not feel like a victory. I go, where? It's stolen? So I start hysterically crying. I go, holy fucking shit, my car was stolen. And then I realized, oh my God, my car's been parked outside of my house I was gone for 2 weeks. I have street cleaning every other day. I'm like, oh my God, my car has tickets on end. So somebody probably thought it was a deserted car, broke the window and stole it. So I'm like, oh my God. So of course I go, whoever stole this car probably has a gun, probably has weapons, probably is super dangerous. I'm going to go fight him. I'm going to go after this motherfucker. So I call an Uber and Uber Comfort. Okay, I splurged. I go, I need to be comfortable ultimately before I get murdered by somebody who has my car. So I call an Uber Comfort and I go to this motherfucker's house and I park outside and I'm like, why is it a lot that says impounded? Oh, it's the impounded lot? I'm thinking to myself, what does this mean? I go, oh, it's maybe gay sex. Maybe everyone's getting pounded. I'm pounded. So it wasn't that. My car, I got a lot of tickets and they impounded it. They took it. The government. Did I mention the world was in shambles? You guys are in shambles. You guys are fucking up the world and you have time to take my car away? Come on, there's bigger fish to fry. No, I guess this is big because there were a lot of tickets. Also, what you have to realize is I never pay a ticket. So I've gotten tickets for the year and I put them in a drawer and I think to myself, that'll work itself out. And then on top of it, I went away for 3 weeks and then every other day I probably got a ticket. So then they were like, this is insane. We're taking this car away. And you know what? More power to you. They took it and I was super pissed and I was crying to the woman and I was like, what do I do to get it back? And she goes, can I see your license? And then I pull out my license and I go to pull out my license and then I realize, oh, I don't have one because mine was lost. And I'll just tell you a brief story. About 6 months ago, went to go get a new license online. I'd lost mine at a local bar. My wallet was stolen, of course. And because stolen. Okay, I put it down somewhere. I couldn't find it. I think I put it down when I was paying for the thing and then I walked away and then maybe someone took it or maybe it literally fell and into the dark, scary bar. This is who I am as a person. I put my wallet, when I was in Bloomingdale's once, I put my bag down and I went shopping. And I literally went shopping. Then I come back, my bag's still there, but my mom goes, Owen, why is your purse sitting on the couch while you were on level 4? I was on level 4 looking in gorgeous women's cashmeres, trying them on, ultimately ripping them because they did not fit. And then coming back down to floor 1 and my bag was, she goes, Owen, what have I taught? Have I not taught you anything? I go, you've taught me to be trusting. I trust everyone. Oh God, it was a disaster. Anyways, so I didn't have a license because I lost mine. And 6 months ago, I tried to get a new one. Went to the DMV.com. Yes, I am an adult. Adults. Now on Hulu, FX. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, I went to go get a new license and on the DMV, felt very cool doing that. And I successfully did it. It shipped off to my parents' old house that ultimately was demolished. It was getting demolished, which means that there was no mailbox. So then what happened, my mom goes, oh, and you sent it to the wrong address. But my mom goes, it'll probably be sent back. Because, if there's no mailbox, they'll... So that's not what happened. And let me explain to you exactly what happened. So during that same time, I think I also ordered a new Social Security card, also to this demolished home. So on the street, the man who dropped off the mail, which by the way, this man should be put in prison or go to Antarctica and be locked there. He dropped off the mail on the street, my ID and my Social Security. So then a week later, my identity was stolen. And my identity is still stolen like every month, but usually it's to K Jewelers and every kiss begins with K. So I think to myself, you know what, fuck it. No, every time I fight it and it just keeps happening. So, and then after that, after you send an ID to an address, you have to go into the DMV to get a new one. And I didn't want to do that. So basically I've been driving without my ID. Okay, police officers are going to hate me for that. I've been driving without an ID, but I looked online and it's just a fine if you get pulled over and you don't have it. Obviously, you have to send them a picture or I forget how you verify that you have it, but I have a picture of it. So I thought, I think it's okay. But to get my car out, you need an ID. I don't have that. And they don't take photos of it. So I go, fuck, I have to go to the DMV. This is where it gets a little bad. I look online. I look up my license plate on the DMV.com and my car registration. I never registered the car. Or I registered it, but it was a year expired. So I don't have registration for the car. I don't have my ID. And they say when you're trying to get a registration for the car, they ask you if you have insurance. And they're like, you need to have car insurance. And I was like, obviously I have car insurance. So I look up I pay for car insurance. I look it up and I've realized that my car insurance is still the make and model of the car that I'm paying for is from high school. It's my Tiguan from high school that ultimately got totaled. Adele, that's what I named the car. That got totaled when an elderly woman crashed into it. It's actually a very sad story. I had gotten into a really bad accident. I'm totally fine, obviously. Or maybe I'm not, actually. I got into a really bad accident and I get the car back after 5 weeks. I'm so excited to get Adele back. I'm holding Adele. I'm loving Adele. I go inside and ultimately an hour later, this is a true story, an hour later, I hear a crash and an elderly woman has hit my car. My car is rolling down the hill and hitting every single parts car. It's completely totaled. The elderly woman goes, sorry, and keeps driving. I'm literally watching my car hit every car rolling down this hill. I have never in my life felt like this. I was screaming Adele at the top of my lungs. People probably thought Adele was dead. It was horrifying. So Adele, Tiguan, my gorgeous VW, was the car that I've been paying car insurance for the last 10 years. My car isn't under anything. So I don't have insurance for the car that I have. I don't have a registration. I have no ID. And my car's in a lot. Welcome home. I am in hell. And there's nothing that I could do to make myself feel better. All I wanted was Thai food. Do you know what I mean? Now I want Thai food extra because I'm like, but I'm not going to fucking Uber to Thai food to then take home and Uber back. And of course, knowing me, I do that. And I get into a fight with the Uber driver because I say to him, I'm making a stop. I'm going to grab my food and come out. And he says, no. He says, I don't stop. He goes, if you want to stop, but I'm not going to wait for you to pay and do your thing. And I said, no. I lie to him. I go, no. My friend's going to get in the car. I just need to go get her. Okay. I get out of the car at Thai food. I run in. I'm trying to sign as fast as possible. My credit card's not working. I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst day. I'm like, okay, what can I do? Can I Venmo someone? They're like, Venmo? It's an establishment. We don't take Venmo. I'm like, what the fuck can I do? The person next to me is like, do you want me to pay and I'll Venmo? I'm like, yes, what's your Venmo? So I'm looking up this person's Venmo. I'm like, it's not coming up. The man in the car is honking. I'm like, my friend's coming. I look at a random girl in the thing. I'm like, can you just please raise your hand? She's like, why? I'm like, just do it. She raises her hand. The man's like, okay, you must have a friend. I pay for the fucking thing through Venmo. I'm like, this is fucking great. I take the bag. I go into the car. The man's like, where's your friend? I'm like, long story short, she wants to say she's on a date. The guy's like, this seems fishy. I have full, gorgeously smelling food. It's obvious what I've done, but I'm in the car. I'm paying him money. He can't do anything. I get home. I walk out. The door closes. The bag completely breaks through. All of my entire food goes on the ground, except for the one thing I didn't want, which I absolutely hate. Mushrooms. And they gave me a mushroom on the side because the man felt so bad for me, like a mushroom dish. The man felt so bad for me because I was clearly like in hell. I had just been through a day of hell. And the only thing left in the bag that was somehow, I guess I held, was the mushroom dish that I absolutely didn't want. Slime. Why would I want a slimy vegetable after my car is impounded? So that was a day from hell. And I was too embarrassed to tell Jared. Jared obviously found out, and he's now really finding out all the details. I was too embarrassed to tell him because I have a thing with Jared where I'm like, you really need to like grow up. He has assistants, obviously, to do his beautiful job. And I'm like, see, if you didn't have your assistants, you wouldn't be able to do anything. And he's like, that's so not true. That's so not true. So I couldn't tell him that my car was impounded, that I don't have a license, that I don't have an ID, that I don't have insurance, that every single... that my Uber ratings probably plummeted, that I lied to him, and that I don't have dinner. Couldn't tell him that. So instead I came home and he said, did you eat? And I said, yeah. Starving, stomach completely rumbling. I looked at my emotional Ozempic on the fridge and I thought, tonight's the night. I didn't do it. Where was I? Oh yeah, the worst day of my life. Oh my God, I have to tell you a fast story and then I swear on my life we have to move on. But while I was in France, there was the hottest man. He kept looking at me, and we made like sexy eye contact all through. I was sitting in a wine bar with my cousin, and there was this hot man across the way, and then he came up to me at the end, and we were looking at each other, and we had a language barrier, obviously. So, but I took French in high school. I took AP French. I was so good at it. So I thought, so I was like, please God, come to just make it work again. Make it work. I couldn't remember jack shit. But he kept asking me, the name that he kept saying is Forrest. And I was like, Forrest, like run, Forrest, run. Like, what is this? And then he said that I looked like Forrest Whitaker, which is such a compliment. He's a great actor, but he's also 63. So that was kind of really mean. And so the language barrier, I pretended that I didn't hear that, but it was very obvious when he said like, Forrest Whitaker. And I was kind of like, so that was hard to ignore. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys that. What else can I tell you? Oh, in London, we paid for the room. There was no brand paying for us. Okay. We were paying for our own room, Jared and I. But for some reason, because the brand just paid for my room and I was charging $90 of euros onto I'm so sorry. I forgot that because a brand wasn't paying for this, that it means that we pay for it, which means that everything we order on the room we pay for. So every morning I'd get like, hi, can I have a coffee? Yeah, you know what? I'll take a tea too and an orange juice. And yeah, I'll do a smoothie. And ooh, pancakes. Ooh, granola. I want to try that. Ooh, eggs. Ooh, do you have lunch? Ooh, you do? Sandwich. Salad too. I literally ordered the entire menu. I was like, fuck it. Should we do oyster? Fuck it. Oysters. Yeah, caviar. I literally was going and going and going. And I just blacked out that I had to pay for it. And the end, when the bill came and I had to put my card down, I was like, no, this was not my room. I looked at the man and I was like, this is crazy. Who would do that? Shit. And I had to pay. So anyways, long story short, room service can be a beautiful thing, but I now get why my parents, when I was growing up and we would go to a hotel and they'd be like, don't order room service. It costs so much. Now I get that. It's just weird to have like adult moments like that. You know what I mean? Where you like, when it hits you that like granola's $43 and the milk you pay extra for. I literally ordered oat milk and they're like, and do you want whole milk? I'm like, no, just oat. They're like, okay, well, it comes with whole. I'm like, okay, I'll have oat instead. What? They charged me for the oat, $3. I couldn't believe it. £3, by the way. That's crazy. You guys, I love London. I have to move there. Big Ben. I love a guy named Ben. Oh my God, I'm on NAD. Did I tell you guys this? Yes, I did. I'm on NAD. It's like a needle you shove into your arm. Everyone's doing it, okay? I'm just trying things. I'm trying things and hoping it works, okay? Anyways, the guy who gave me the shot is named Ben. So hot. So every time I saw Big Ben, I would be like, Big Ben, my doctor. So Adults has been out for a month and change. How are you guys liking it? Have you watched it? Overcompensating has been out for like 2 months. Have you watched that? You want to hear something crazy? I forgot. I did a little cameo in the most wonderful Lena Dunham show that just came out with Meg Stalter, who's the most brilliant, kind, funniest, best human being. And maybe we should get her on the podcast if she would do it. Let's ask her. Let's call her now. Put her on the spot. No, I'm joking. She's so fucking talented, Meg Stalter. I love her. She's so funny. I saw her live and I was like, holy fuck, you're fucking funny. And then like she has like that thing that you wish you had. Like you watch her and you're like, holy fuck, how does your brain work like that? She's so funny. I have a little cameo in that, tiny. It's 2 seconds, but it's just crazy. I'm like, I feel I was watching it as a fan. And then I was like, wait, I'm in that. That's crazy to see. That was so funny. That was such a pick me. That was so funny to watch me on TV. Anyways, Adults has been out for a month. Are you guys watching it and liking it and loving it and laughing to it and coming to it and jerking to it and gooning to it? And what are you guys doing to it? I thought maybe I would answer some questions, your adults' questions. So Kaylee said, hi, Owen. Hi, Kaylee. I feel like I'm on Watch What Happens Live. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Owen. I was wondering, besides Anton, who is your favorite adult's character? That is such a good question. Besides Anton, I'm not answering that. Can I tell you why? I can't answer that too hard. Every single character I relate to in a sick and twisted and sad and crazy way. We all have a little Billy in us, obviously. We all moon the camera. We all have Samir. That was crazy. Have you ever mooned a camera? You know what's funny is I was taking nudes the other day and I thought to myself, why don't I take these on my photo booth? Remember photo booth? And remember it's probably so much better. Like the camera quality is a little grainy and a little hot and a little sexy. Anyways, I get mooning the camera, but I would do it not, obviously I wouldn't do it in a Zoom, but I would moon my computer. Anyways, I'm not answering that. Thanks, Kaylee, though. You're sweet. Allie said, who visited you on set? My parents visited me, but they didn't come to set because I just couldn't have them come to set. It was the day that Jack and I had to do our thing. So I go, no, you're not coming to set and watching me make out Jack. That's going to be crazy. But I love them, and next time they'll visit. Did anyone else visit? No. Let me think. Jared came to set during my crying, me sobbing, running over the stabber. Jared was there for that, watching that. What did I think of when I cried? I don't remember. I honestly probably just listened to a sad song. That's honestly what I probably did. I probably listened to a really super sad song that would make me cry. I probably looked up unrequited love on Spotify and listened to my unrequited playlist. Do you ever do that? Do you ever get into the car and just drive around and sob and then get into a car accident? No, I didn't. I have rear-ended someone when I was sobbing, but that's because I was sobbing. Okay. Anyways, will there be a season 2? I don't know, you guys. Don't ask me. Ask FX. Emma said that. Emma, I love you for asking. Was it Emma Chamberlain? Emma, you're weird. Christian said, hey, Owen, loved adults. Great guest stars. Who is your favorite? You guys, I can't pick my favorite guest stars. What the fuck? I love everyone. Grace Kulenschmidt's been on the podcast. I think she's the most brilliant, funny person alive. I can't pick, you guys. Okay. Dan said, you look so good in a trench. Oh my God, Dan, that's not a question. Dan, you and I are going, we're going to go to, where are we going to go, Dan? I actually don't know. I was trying to think of a joke and then I completely went blank. Dan, I'm going to take you to Big Ben. I'm going to make you big, Ben. Wait, your name is Dan. Claire said the chemistry between you and your castmates was so insane. Thank you. Do you guys all hang out all the time? We do. We hang out every single fucking day and I'm sick of those fucks. Get the fuck out of my life, bitch. Oh shit, swag. Put that on swag. No, they all live in New York. So we don't hang out at all. But every time I'm there, I see them for multiple dinners and multiple hangouts and multiple, ultimately, shopping days and workouts. And Amitha sleeps in my room every single time I'm there. So yeah, I see them a lot. Amitha and I were actually walking drunk in the park the other day, making TikToks, and I put my phone on. My phone is a little sticky thing, obviously sticky grippy, and I stuck it to a window. Then during the best TikTok we've ever made, my phone crashed down and my screen completely shattered. And it made the loudest, most embarrassing sound. And every single person in the park, this was 6 p.m. Every single person in the park that I wanted to impress, that I thought were so cool for sitting in the park and having picnics with their friends, ultimately something I could never do because who would I invite? They all stared. It sounded like it sounded like a bull in a china shop. I don't know what happened, but it was so loud and reverberated through the city of New York. Anyways, the Reddit page is going nuts for you and Paul Baker. You guys should do a spinoff. That's what Sarah said. Okay, we're trying to get a season 2, my love. We don't need a spinoff. Can we do one more season of this, please? Thank you, though. Lily said, did anyone hook up in the cast? That's a good question, Lily. Coco said, what was your favorite part to film? No, I'm joking, Lily. I'm joking. I just wanted some tension. No one hooked up in the cast that I know of. I mean, people had to hook up in the cast. Do you know what I mean? Okay, never mind. Coco said, what was your favorite part to film? When Amitha and I had to do our funeral scene and we were at the funeral and Amitha was she says the funniest line ever. I'm obsessed with it. She's like, I don't say anything about your hat. As she's wearing a veil and I go, I can't with this veil. And she goes, I don't say anything about your hat. And then I say, my yarmulke? Because I'm at a funeral, a Jewish funeral. Oh, if you haven't seen it, the joke's not going to land. And I just ruined it, but watch it if you want. Frankie said, have you seen all your castmates naked? No. I've seen Amitha naked. She's a great bod. Congrats. Amitha, if she was walking down the street and you were like, can I see your nudes? She'd be like, oh my God, Folgers Amaze. Yeah, of course. She'd be like, wait, outside or inside? Wait. She'd literally be like, wait, professional photo shoot or just iPhone photos? Good question, Frankie. Gia said, obsessed with you. Where do you see Anton going in season 2? Okay, I have to stop reading people saying obsessed with you. That is crazy. Cut that, Cooper. Or leave it in because I want people to know that I think it's crazy. That's crazy. Where do you see Anton going in season 2? Hopefully he has a love interest with, hopefully, I can't answer that. Hopefully he grows up. Okay. Petey says, oh, Petey, great name. Who makes you laugh the most? Out of anyone in the cast or in general? In general, I'm not answering the cast. That's way too hard. Every single person's so deeply funny. In general, it's really hard. My mom, maybe? Do you meet Nick Kroll? Charlie asked. Yeah, he produced the show and directed an episode. I did meet him. Imagine I say, no, we never met. I'm going to give you 2 more questions. Hannah or Hannah, it's spelled Hana, maybe Hannah. Oh, I had a friend named Hannah. I have a friend. I had a friend. That's so mean. I have a friend named Hannah Tratner who I love so dearly. Hi, Hannah. How are you? She says, what is everyone's astrological signs? I have literally no clue. I could not tell you. I don't know anything about them. They seem nice though. Mine's Scorpio. It's a bad sign. I know. Ooh, scary. Do you guys like Scorpios? How do you guys feel about Scorpios? Okay, last one is, what is the best thing about Toronto? I love the aquarium. Sorry. I never went. But I saw the outside and it looked so cute. I looked at pictures and I really always wanted to go and I thought it would be such a cute cast thing. And I thought it was so cute that it's like such a big thing that people go to in Toronto. Like we don't have that here in LA. We do actually. Like Disneyland, I guess. And maybe we actually have an aquarium here. Do we? Question mark. Look that up, ChatGPT. Anyways, I thought it was really cute. And like there's fish. There's fish. Fish is the big term, plural term of fishes. Fish. There's fish on the building. And it was just, I don't know. Something about it made me so happy. Also, Taylor Swift, best part of Toronto. Me going to a Taylor Swift concert in Toronto while shooting. Okay. Made my life. And then I had to go into episode 7 where I had to be yelled at by an abusive teen who's ultimately getting an abortion. Love you. I'm going to do one more story. So you guys, that was just a little brief intermission. Watch adults. We love it. Okay. One more story for you. This is going to be vulnerable. No, it's not. It's just going to be upsetting for the person listening. My ex just recently admitted to me that he still wants to fuck me. Oh shit. Oh shit. Can we hear a clap? Yep. Let's get those sound effects. You guys, that's everything I've ever wanted. That is what you do it for. That is what you do it for. I'm sorry. Having your ex say that to you is the greatest gift of all time. I was feeling so shitty about myself because I bought a small Aritzia top that ultimately did not fit, but I bought it I didn't try it on. So I just bought it. I go, fuck, I have so many of these and I wear a large, but ultimately I, for some reason, picked up a small and it looked like it would fit me. I literally put it on and the armhole ripped and I was feeling so ugly. I was just like, this doesn't fit. I'm uncomfortable in my skin. I was like, what the hell am I doing? I was sweating. This was in New York a month ago, 3 weeks ago. I was sweating. It was so hot outside. I went outside and my butt had butt sweat, but my crack had sweat. It was just a disaster. It was a disaster. Someone came up to me very kindly and was like, I love your show. And I was like, that's the nicest thing ever. And then was like, wait, what show is it? And I was like, I don't know, which one are you talking about? And then they're like, wait, I don't know if I've seen it. Wait, what is it? I was like, oh, adults? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, maybe overcompensating? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, I was on a show called Dollface. They're like, no. I was like, oh, I'm just naming my credits. I'm like, I was in one episode of I Think You Should Leave. They're like, oh, you were? I'm like, yeah. They're like, what episode? I'm like, the one where he's hitting the guy. I hire someone and the impersonator is hitting random people around the party. He's like, no. I'm like, okay. I was in theater camp. He's like, no. I've never seen that. It was crazy. Finally, I was like, I don't know if you know me. He's like, yeah. Wait, what's your name? I'm like, Owen Thiel. He's like, oh, no. It is triggering when you're in it because you're like listing credits and ultimately it's somebody who's your movie you're not in and you never were. Anyways, it was that day for me and I was in hell and And then I get a call from my ex and I answer it. And my ex just literally says to me on the phone, he goes, hey, I have this feeling that I have this weird like gut thing that I should just tell you this right now. Like, just know that like I still do want to fuck you. I go, I needed this right now. And then he goes, yeah, okay, cool. Hangs up. I told Jared this. Jared was like, I thought he was going to be upset. Jared's like, that's the nicest thing you could ever say. That's so nice. I'm like, I know. I'm like, should I send him flowers? And then I was like, oh God, does he actually want to fuck me? And he's like, no. Like, he was like, no, it's not actual, like real. But he's like, just know that like you're still attracted to me, which is like the number one nice. This is the guy who like ultimately came on my face and then left and then never spoke to me again. So I was like, this is amazing. Came on my face, told me he hated me, always have, rode in the elevator down, never, got into a cab and then drove away, and me running through the streets of New York naked, trying to chase after him to tell him I loved him and wanted him back. And then he blocked me. So that was that ex. So that ex to say, I still am attracted to you. I go, what world are we in? I'm in Alice. I'm in Wonderland and I'm Alice. And we're riding a teacup. Oh my God. I went to Disneyland. I told you guys, but I just have to say, I saw a picture of myself on the teacups when we were spinning. What the face can do, it was so, I think I have a lot of elasticity in my face because I've never seen my mouth open so wide. It was it was like pulled back and it was terrifying. Why did I tell you that? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, if you can, you guys, call your ex and ask for an admission. Ask for them to say something to you that's nice. It's always really, really nice to hear. You guys, there's really nothing else other than the fact that I love you. We're nearing the end of this season and we have a good season finale in store for you. Yeah, you're going to fucking like it. I'm like Ryan Seacrest. And tomorrow night, we have the greatest season finale. 2 parts, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Central. Find us here, American Idol. That's kind of the vibe. I auditioned for X Factor. I sang Valerie. Why don't you come on over? Amy Winehouse, such a talent. I actually was trying to pay homage to her by singing that. And actually, I think she rolled over in her grave. She goes, don't come here, Valerie. It's not for you. I love you guys. I love you so much. I love you more and more every day. And ultimately, and I'll say this for the people who need it, I'm still attracted to you. I'd fuck the shit out of you if I could. I love you guys. Good night.
You're gonna feel